guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, and oh my god, I am excited. I am so excited. We're going to play Deadly Premonition 2. It came out yesterday, actually it did come out yesterday. I did, in my defense, I did make the coffee thing yesterday. I managed to get it uploaded to my personal social media by like 11:50. I did my best, okay? I was working yesterday, and then I had a quiz, so I haven't been able to play it yet. I pre-ordered it. I've got my pre-ordered bonuses. I've got a map. I've got a frickin' notebook. I can take notes. It's squared paper for the ultimate detective note-taking and map drawing. Very exciting. If you haven't played Deadly Premonition, oh my god, do I recommend it. It is one of my favourite games of all time. I'm slightly nervous about what this one is going to be like because I've been waiting so long for there to be a sequel, in the sense that, you know, I didn't expect there to be a sequel, and I'm thrilled and amazed. Deadly Premonition was kind of great because it was in many ways very, very bad, but not self-aware at all, which is why I'm slightly nervous about how this one might come out, because now everybody is aware that why it was so good was because of these unintentional weird failings. I seriously recommend, if you don't fancy playing the first one, just watch all the cutscenes on YouTube. Find all of the cutscenes because they're amazing. They are long. The pauses between the dialogue from the different actors, and sometimes just between their own lines, are unnecessarily huge. It's weird. It's clearly made for and by fans of Twin Peaks, which is partly why I love it as well. And yeah, it's a detective investigation slash zombie survival horror game. It's weird. I don't know who we're going to play as in this one because, again, stop this here and go back if you don't want spoilers and watch the first one, but there was a big twist at the end which kind of revealed that we aren't who we think we are. It's very odd. It is very Twin Peaks. Yeah, there's amazing cutscenes. There's like a 10-minute really long boring exchange where you talk about a sandwich and it's the sinner's sandwich. There's a really long dining table, and obviously the FBI agent is obsessed with coffee, so I've got my large coffee. I'm ready to go. If it gives me any messages throughout, I will relay them to you, obviously. So I'm just gonna jump in as quick as I can because God knows I'm excited. Deadly Premonition 2. I haven't watched any trailers. I haven't watched any gameplay, any sneak peeks. I've seen nothing about it. I fully want to be surprised by this. December 30th, 2018. 4:50. The car. A small town outside New Orleans. Oh, so we're still in small town America. Thank goodness for that. Oh. Has another young lady been murdered? What is that? That looked like frozen chicken. The excitement. Oh, that's because it is a frozen body. Whoa, ew. It's just like a marionette. What is happening? Imagine that being your job. Oh my god, I'm sorry. She's dead. It's awful. You would be very serious about having to chainsaw her body out of the ice. Couldn't they thaw it? Thompsonville, a suburb of Boston.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Quiet down?
Okay, all I can do is move forwards.
You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up.
God, look, I'm some sort of lady.
Surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other.
Ah, Simon, isn't that what we all want?
What did I do to deserve this? Does God hate me?
No. The regional bureau chief merely issued a special order.
Yeah, chill out, Simon.
Agent Jones,
Ooh.
don't let him take control of the conversation. moment you let your guard down...
She's gotten very close. Yeah. Get it together, Agent Jones. What kind of special agent is just whining about not being on holiday?
And no red, remember?
No red? Why would he wear a red tie if he knew this? I'm not supposed to wear any red. Is this a person or a bull that we're going in to fight?
It's open. Come on in.
It's Zack! Slash York. Is he going to have white or black hair? This is my question. Oh my gosh, look at his apartment. He's got records. Why is one wall nicely wallpapered and one wall is just shoddy brick? Oh, look at all those cans. Whoa, somebody's not aged very well. Wow. He's smoking the marijuanas. Oh, Zack. What about his rat man? Where's his granddaughter?
Questions for us. That's why you're here, isn't it?
That was a stunning zoom. Francis Zack Morgan. Oh my god, I love it. They're still doing the slow character title text thing. Oh wow, it is very slow. Still doing deliberately slow cutscenes, I love it. Am I allowed to move where I want now? Nope, I can still only move forwards. And I can't look around. Slightly upsetting. I hope the whole game's not like that. It's weird that it allows me to play a bit, but by playing I'm just holding the button forwards. It's a little bit of a shithole, isn't it? Cookies! Owl water. Cookies, pizza, and owl water. I get behind that. Listen up, Zack. We got a job to do. Slash York.
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights.
Oh, he's a suspect in something.
Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak.
This guy, for anybody who
Do we
didn't
have permission to film this?
go and watch the cutscenes. I already love her. Francis Morgan York slash Zack is who we played in the first game.
Don't worry, my
But
fairy.
younger.
They're free to do whatever they like.
My fairy. What a peculiar thing to
Something wrong,
say.
Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis.
Oh yeah.
This is
Simon Jones,
Simon
an
Jones.
analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Hanging on that us very deliberately.
Hi.
Simon, get it together, man. You're not being a professional right now. Hey.
seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break.
He's a little bit sexist, isn't he?
Like the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game.
It is a video game.
Isn't that right, my fairy?
Is he talking to
How
York when
many
he says my
years has it
fairy?
been since
Because that's
someone
weird.
came to chat with us. Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived. If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
What's the fair? I'm a little bit. Maybe I've just forgotten something from the. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Ooh. I have a special eye. Okay. Messy awards and trophies. Look.
Letters of appreciation from the governor and the Department of Justice.
We're a very acclaimed
They're
agent.
caked in dust as if he doesn't even care about them.
But he did put them up on the wall. So he must care about them a little bit, or he used to. I could be a detective. I've played loads of detective games.
You solved many difficult cases across your career, utilizing your own unique MO. You've expertly cracked cases that were otherwise thought to be unsolvable. According to our records, after joining the FBI in 2002, you quickly solved 2 drug ring-related kidnapping cases. In 2003, you solved the Inside Out Flesh Skinner case in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. In 2004, the Jeffrey Dahmer wannabe case
Cool.
in Milwaukee.
What an awesome
And
career.
also the stuffed human collector case in St. Louis that very same year.
Why were there so many gross cases?
Then, in 2005, you coincidentally happened to solve the Lise Clarkson murder case while on vacation.
Hell
You
yes.
went on to solve many other cases after that, all of them seemingly inexplicable. Did you really solve these cases all on your own?
No, it was with my imaginary buddy. Except that my imaginary buddy was doing most of the work, and I was helping out a little bit.
There are no records of you using a wide-scale investigative team or working with anyone else. How did you ever accomplish such monumental feats all by yourself?
None of your business, bitch.
It was all thanks to our talented partner.
The music is upsettingly quite nice so far. Music in the first game was awful, but it was kind of brilliant because it was awful. I'm actually quite into this.
The FBI files show no record of you ever working with a partner. Do you mean you worked with some sort of unofficial partner or an outside confidant?
Our partner is our partner. We've always worked together. Besides, Belle, you're forgetting one important thing.
Respect this woman, Francis.
After the St. Louis case, we stopped by a diner on our way home and caught Thelma and Louise, 2 highly sought-after fugitives.
I was lucky. What's going on with his face there? You can use visions to acquire important hints that will help you proceed through the game. Using a vision will deplete your concentration. I see. Okay, is there nothing else going on? Okay.
This smell. It doesn't surprise me at this point, but it'll be problematic in court if they decide his testimony is unreliable.
That's a good
I
point.
won't get another chance to talk to him face to face like this. I need to get him to stop smoking that for a bit.
I mean, if he's already smoked quite a lot, how much of a difference is it going to make if he stops now? Oops.
Hey, Belle.
May have pressed the wrong button.
Why are you dressed so handsomely?
Because I'm a professional. You used to dress nicely when you were a good FBI agent. Or was that
What
just
are
how
you
you're
talking about?
dressed? I like her shoes, actually.
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck.
The tie?
That's a male necktie.
I mean, like, neckties aren't male.
Color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie
It's not a male tie.
symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society.
Maybe she just... I have some ties. When I put on a tie, I'm not declaring war. I'm like, I want to look fancy, and this will go with my shirt.
Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche.
Can you imagine how much he would freak out if he's like a man in high heels?
We admire your bravery.
Dude is old school.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh?
He did this in the first game as well. His profiling is so out there. It's really
You're
funny.
an easy one to read.
It's like, you remember when Sherlock started to go off the rails? Like Sherlock's looking at somebody and he's like, and this means that you arrived on a train at 8:45, and
In
you're
order
like,
to think with
no.
society. A man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Oh my god, I love her.
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew.
Thank you, Simon.
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
Yeah, fuck you.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him.
He doesn't seem very dangerous. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll just have to assault him head on with questions then.
Right.
First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up.
Good idea, Aaliyah. A liar? Let's have a look at this unfinished chess game.
Antique chessboard. Looks like he stopped halfway through the game. But who was playing with him?
Mate, who are you playing chess with?
That chessboard looks rather old. And you can't even
quite
buy
nice.
those ivory pieces anymore.
Right,
Oh,
they were
ivory.
banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s.
Very
You
fancy.
know, it's in bad taste.
Yes, ivory, very naughty.
But the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
Do you think he runs around the table? When Zack does a go and when York does a go, do you think he's like, he places a piece and he's like, ah, good move.
He's probably just replicating famous games.
Don't make assumptions,
Or
Simon.
trying
You're
to
the worst
solve
agent
problems
ever.
From a chess workbook, right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself.
What's with all the milk?
When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
What a nerd.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones.
Unfortunately, you're the shittest agent
He
ever.
isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment. And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history.
I like that he's got a post-it note that just says hello.
He was simply playing chess. All alone.
Leave him alone. He likes a bit of chess.
So, what's wrong with that, Belle?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
Come on.
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
He's also said us and we out loud a considerable
Oh,
amount.
no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner.
Right.
We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us.
His bald patch is slightly scaring me.
Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
Okay.
Stage 4 progressive malignant tumor.
Oh.
How do humans behave when they know death is just around the corner?
Oh, that throws things into perspective a little
What
bit.
if that human is also a high-functioning sociopath?
He's not a... It is Sherlock all over again. Is he a sociopath? I don't think so. Or to be fair, we don't know him very well at this point.
Mr. Morgan, may I ask you a question purely out of curiosity? If it makes you uncomfortable, just let me know, and I'll retract it.
Belle, what's wrong?
Stop calling her Belle.
You sure put a lot of effort into that approach.
It's a question about death.
Ooh.
About this body?
Are you afraid of what's coming?
Nah.
Think carefully about why we're smoking this, then ask us again. Honestly, we're not afraid. Rather, we find it intriguing.
I'm not sure I understand his reply.
Intriguing.
The next great adventure.
Belle, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon in winter?
No.
In the dead of winter, the Grand Canyon is terribly cold.
Wow.
Colder than you could imagine. A cold that no photograph could ever express. The sun. Powerless. And the temperature drops below zero, right in the middle of the day.
Meaning?
It's very chilly.
Meaning, you can't really understand something until you experience it for yourself. If you want to learn more about us, you need to gain more experience, Belle.
That's the first good point he's made so far, actually. Whoops.
These files are from the case that took place just outside of New Orleans in 2005. The agent who handled the case was Francis Zach Morgan, and now he's sitting right in front of me.
Do it.
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carré, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Are you
Your
sure?
report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It's quite a dramatic way of putting
It
it.
all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carré immediately after that, didn't you?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Did you really visit that
weird
town
admission.
to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
Is it?
Closed. You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
So are we going back to the same town that we were in the first one?
Come on. No need to beat
What's that
around
sound
the bush
effect?
with us, Belle.
What's that rustling noise? Oh, it's Simon.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
The marionette
After
one.
14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. And this is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it?
We'll find out when we show him.
The body that went missing for 14 years was suddenly discovered frozen in a warehouse.
Pretty
This
weird.
is some kind of message from the victim to us.
Is it a message from the victim? How do you know that? It's a bit of an assumption. I think I'd be a better FBI agent than these guys.
Pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
What are they accusing him of exactly? Because they're
Body or not,
being
we
very,
already solved that case.
very confused.
Lisa's body can't change anything now.
Wrong.
And it certainly has nothing to do with us.
Also wrong. Otherwise there wouldn't be a game.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in. She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Ooh.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all.
What does that
She looks
mean?
more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
Or a marionette.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
Isn't that right, my fairy? corpse as beautiful as a goddess.
Oh yeah,
Sounds just like our story.
that's what they called her, right?
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I
Oh,
may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents.
yes.
A halfway finish. I think he was playing both sides by himself. If it was merely for entertainment, it wouldn't be a problem. But I know that every action he takes has its own special purpose, especially now that his remaining time is limited.
Ooh, interesting deduction.
He didn't so much as twitch when he saw the picture of the body. He's even tougher than the rumors made him out to be.
He's also high, so that might be
But I
why
was
he
prepared for that.
didn't react.
And if my hunch is right, he's deeply intertwined with this case. Far deeper than what my superiors think. You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Hurricane, that's unfortunate.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Naturally.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner, but we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
But how did it go unnoticed for 14 years?
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead.
What is that big triangle shape that's missing from the table? Pizza
Remember what
slice?
happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
Simon, have you heard of the phrase, shut the fuck up?
Large man, yes? No need to answer.
Spooky music.
If you don't want to. I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
We talking about chess again?
Who is it? This My Fairy character you keep
Oh, we're just straight up
speaking to?
asking.
You can't see her. Such bad manners. You barge into our apartment, yet you don't even care about who else is living here.
Yeah, that is rude.
Dissociative identity disorder. In the past, it was known as multiple personality disorder. You were subjected to an internal probe only once during your career, correct? They suspected that you had DID, but you denied it.
The facial animation is a little questionable.
And no problems arose during your test. Is this how you dealt with the psychological profiler back then, too? Saying strange things, weaving unrelated matters together.
Feels like that wouldn't help.
Is that how you slipped through?
Feels like that wouldn't help you slip through. It feels like that would show you
You're
up.
free to draw your own conclusions, Belle. But my fairy clearly exists. She's been sitting right there, on your lap this entire time.
Well, that's a bit too personal, isn't it?
Stop it. No violence allowed in here, Belle. Wouldn't want to scare my fairy, now would we?
She's scaring me. She sat on our bloody lap.
The person who originally admitted this report was his superior, Robert Abrahams,
Bob Abrams.
current chief of the Boston branch.
Oh, he's still
According
working
to
there.
Chief Abrahams, Morgan's got his own modus operandi. It's not something that others should interfere with.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Well, Chief, look what that's gotten us into now.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson.
Oh.
You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
What happened to the music?
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time.
This whole time? What about shopping?
That man is our witness. Aren't you, Simon?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve. Which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that?
I guess he must get all his food delivered.
I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
Oh.
A mere coincidence.
Somebody out there's got to be called Billy Bishop.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries.
Yeah, it could have been anyone.
And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, my fairy?
Why is he looking up if she sat on Aaliyah's lap? Or I guess she's just floating around.
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason. Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it. Especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to...
Are we going to talk about the triangle now? Yes, finally.